Tensions between the United States and Iran have been rising in recent weeks, and many people around the world are asking the same question. Is the US on the verge of attacking Iran? At the heart of current events is a standoff over Iran's nuclear program and regional influence, after indirect talks between US and Iranian negotiators earlier this year failed to produce a breakthrough. President Donald Trump issued a warning that Tehran must agree to a meaningful deal within a short deadline, or face really bad things. This warning was clear, firm, and repeated in multiple statements, and it came alongside a significant buildup of US military assets in the Middle East. What does that mean? It means the United States has positioned aircraft carriers, destroyers, and other forces in the Gulf and surrounding waters, not as routine patrols, but as a show of strength and readiness should a conflict break out. A senior Russian diplomat publicly urged restraint and warned that any US strike would be dangerous for regional stability. It is important to understand that a buildup of forces does not automatically mean an attack is imminent. Military deployments are sometimes used as leverage in diplomacy, a way to underscore seriousness in negotiations rather than a final step toward war. In this case, the United States is demanding changes in Iran's nuclear activities, its ballistic missile program, and its support for allied militant groups across the region. Tehran has consistently resisted some of these demands and maintains that its nuclear program is peaceful. At the same time, ongoing negotiations are taking place. Indirect talks mediated in Geneva and Muscat are continuing, even if they have not yet produced a signed agreement. Diplomats from both sides have indicated that progress is slow but still possible. This dual-track, military readiness combined with diplomatic engagement, is a pattern seen in many international crises, where the threat of force is used to push a negotiating partner back to the table. Before we explain what is happening and what it could mean, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because this story is not just about one headline. It's about how diplomacy, military buildup, negotiations, and rhetoric are shaping the future of a very volatile region. International organizations and advisors have also voiced concerns. The head of the UN's nuclear watchdog has urged the United States and Iran to secure a deal quickly, warning that unresolved nuclear material poses a proliferation risk and that military conflict would make oversight far more difficult. Meanwhile, stock markets and the oil sector are already responding to the uncertainty. Oil prices have jumped to their highest levels in months, amid fears that any escalation could disrupt supplies through the Strait of Hormuz, a strategic choke point for global energy transport. On the Iranian side, officials have made a point of saying they do not want war, but that if attacked, Iran will respond firmly. Senior Iranian officials have stated that any perceived assault on Iranian sovereignty would be treated as an all-out war, not a limited strike, signaling that Tehran's response to any US military action could be significant. Iran has also taken its concerns to international forums. Its representatives at the United Nations have warned that any military aggression would provoke a decisive response and could make regional military assets legitimate targets, including foreign bases and facilities. So, is the US going to attack Iran? The honest answer is, nobody knows for certain. As of now, there is no official declaration of war. There is no publicly announced order for a US military strike. Negotiations are still ongoing. Military forces are positioned, but that is partly a diplomatic strategy. What exists at this moment is heightened tension and a credible threat of military action if diplomacy fails. Officials have set deadlines for negotiations, and Trump himself has indicated a decision could come within days. But he has also emphasized that he prefers a deal over war. Experts often caution that the path from threat to action is rarely linear. In many cases, strong military signals are designed to bring the opposing side back to negotiations, not to start a conflict. That appears to be the strategy here, to use the possibility of force as leverage while still leaving room for diplomacy. The international community, including regional powers, is urging both Washington and Tehran to step back from escalation. Fear of a broader conflict, one that could involve other nations or disrupt global energy supplies, is motivating many governments to keep talking behind closed doors. But the reality remains that the situation is highly unstable. If negotiations do not produce significant progress within the coming weeks, the risk of a limited military operation, especially against key nuclear or missile sites, could increase. And if that happens, Iran's declared stance suggests it would treat such action as a major attack, not a minor strike. So for now, the world watches and waits. If you want balanced, evidence-based breakdowns of global tensions like this, beyond headlines and speculation, Like this video and subscribe with notifications turned on. These issues evolve quickly, and understanding the forces at work helps make sense of uncertain times.